Hello, welcome to Wildcat Insider, your source for inside stories around the junior high.
There are many classes where students are able to express themselves creatively. Caleb Karam and Noah Ankney put together a showcase of student work from art exploration, sculpture, and intro to manufacturing classes.
We went to Mrs. Page's art class and Mr. Pletcher's woodshop class to showcase their projects. Here are a few finished pieces of art from Mrs. Page's art class and sculpture class.
Mr. Pletcher's students are currently working on candy dispensers. As you can see, it is a work in progress. They should be finished by the end of the quarter. We also got to speak with a few students about their experiences in the class.
Project is working with all the machines.
The best part is hands-on.
I like being able to make stuff and then I can eat candy out of it once it's done.
It's really fun to do and I like working with wood.
I learned that working on projects is a lot of hard work.
I've learned how to correctly measure.
I've learned that it is really easy to hurt yourself with like this wood making stuff and you could lose something very easily.
I've learned to sand wood.
The hard part is trying to get all the work done with all the sanding and grinding and all that stuff.
I think the hardest part is getting all the measurements right.
Probably all the sanding and filing and stuff like that, just getting stuff worn down and ready to like put finishing stuff on it.
Probably using like scales and stuff like that.
As scheduling began, students start to think about their future plans. In today's Cat Chat, we asked students what they want to be when they grow up.
When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer.
The President of the United States of America.
I want to be a nurse.
I want to be an anesthesiologist.
I want to be an environmental consultant.
I want to go to college for musical theater.
When I grow up, I want to be a hockey director.
I'm going to have my own shoe store.
I want to be a physical therapist.
When I grow up, I want to be a pediatrician.
I want to play for the Yankees.
When I grow up, I want to be a hamster named Meatloaf.
I want to be a neurosurgeon.
I want to be a cook on a cruise.
When I'm older, I want to be a motivational speaker.
I want to be a doctor.
I'm going to write a newspaper.
When I grow up, I'm going to be rich, and I'm also probably going to be a doctor.
I want to be a forensic scientist when I grow up.
I would like to be a commercial airline pilot when I grow up.
We want to be an English teacher like Mr. Fenton.
I'm going to be a great history teacher like Mr. Pratt.
I want to be a heart surgeon.
I want to be an Olympic figure skater.
That's not going to happen.
If I wasn't a teacher helping these great, wonderful students in English 8, helping them to achieve their life goals, I would be a professional bass fisherman because I love fishing.
I think you play poker.
That's what I would be.
In last week's episode, we shared some ways for students to get involved around the school. This week, Anna Eisman and Alicia McCoy talked to teachers and staff about extracurricular activities they participated in when they were in school.
In high school, I was a part of the musical theater group. I did the spring musicals, and I danced every year.
I was a member of the golf team, and I was also a member of student council.
In high school, I ran cross country, track, and played basketball.
You will be surprised to know in high school I did intramural basketball, and I was a badminton champion. I was on student council. I was a band aid, a mat maid, and a meter maid.
I was a member of Interact. I participated on the baseball and golf teams, and I also was part of the ski club. I would love to challenge Mrs. Roble in a game of badminton, though.
My extracurricular activities in high school included student council, Red Cross Club, aviation aerospace club, varsity swimming, track and field, marching band, and like boys chorus.
My activities when I went to Penn Trafford High School, I was a varsity cheerleader, I was the captain, I was in the select choir, and I actually played intramural basketball.
I played football when I was younger, and also a little bit of basketball and track and field as well.
I didn't play a sport for my high school, but I was a figure skater growing up, so that was my sport.
Actually, it's hard to remember that long ago, but in high school, I went to Seaford High School down in Seaford, Delaware, near Ocean City, Maryland, and I played high school basketball and baseball.
In high school, I was involved in several organizations, the Spanish Club, the theater organization, the theater group for the school. I sang in 5 choirs. One of them was the ensemble choir, which was an a cappella group.
Well, back in high school a couple years ago for me, I used to play football, basketball, and baseball, the sports in school, and also my hobbies were fishing and trapping, and I loved to do those. Those were my extracurricular activities back in my day.
The indoor track and field season has come to an end, and a few junior high athletes performed really well. Jacob Stump and McKaylee Mooring had a chance to talk to some of the team members.
One highlight from this season was the team traveled to Slippery Rock University. Leading the way, Rachel Harder took first in the 1600 meter, followed by Anna Soyson in second. Other top performances were in the girls 400 meter, with Lex Pinus in first, followed by Faith Mucci in second. Mucci was first in 55 meter. Pinus took first in the 200 meter. Harder took first in the 800 meter, along with Anna Soyson in third. We had a chance to talk with Anna Soyson on how the season was going.
Our season's going really well. We're all improving a lot individually and as a team.
We had a chance to talk with the girls about what their biggest challenge was this season, only being in 8th and 9th grade.
My biggest challenge is running the mile and trying to get a better time because it's really long.
My biggest challenge this season will be keeping up with the upperclassmen and making the qualifying times for tri-states.
We asked them what was the reason they chose to do indoor track.
I chose indoor track because it'll get you in a lot better shape for outdoor track.
Indoor track to get in shape for outdoor track and get better at my races.
We asked Sydney Green what was her favorite memory from this season.
My best memory from this season is whenever we rode up to Edinburgh meet with Coach Mahalik, and Maria and I annoyed him as much as we could.
The NCAA basketball tournament begins March 17th. Gianna Ferry and Alicia McCoy ask for predictions from students and staff.
Oklahoma.
Kentucky.
Iowa. I think Kansas is going to win the March Madness tournament.
I agree.
March Madness, the best time of the year. This year, look out for the Tar Heels of North Carolina. Champs.
Either Kansas or Notre Dame.
Latrobe basketball.
I would really like to say Pitt, but I think the University of Maryland will.
The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Well, not Notre Dame, probably the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
I think that North Carolina is going to win March Madness.
Clemson Tigers all the way.
Go. UConn.
North Carolina!
I believe the Duke Blue Devils will win the March Madness tournament. Again, repeat. I'm a Dookie at heart. Coach K. That's why they named the court after him.
In this week's Catch Challenge, AJ Rock takes on Mrs. Curtoy in a Skittles challenge.
Each player must sort colored Skittles into cups in 1 minute. If the cup is knocked over, the player is not permitted to use the cup. Player who has the most Skittles in all the cups wins.
Oh, no.
Come on, Miss Curtis.
I'm going.
want to make cards. I'm trying, but I don't have a cup anymore. This is junk. No. You're done. Yeah, no.
To get into the St. Patrick's Day spirit, Steph Scalamonia, Kylie Buterbaugh, and Ray Morgan share how to make a homemade shamrock shake.
Today we are going to show you how to make a shamrock shake. Scoop 1½ cups of vanilla ice cream into a blender. Add a ½ cup of milk. Add 5 to 10 drops of green food coloring. Add 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract. Now you're ready to blend. If it doesn't blend all the way through, you may need to mix manually. Enjoy your shamrock shake and have a happy St. Patrick's Day.
We end our show with a little fun. Here are some students and staff members doing their best Irish jigs, and man, is it a sight to see.
Irish, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Wildcat Insider. We will see you on March 24th.